It's a Friday morning. It's not a Thursday morning. So yes, you're not confused. We just somehow give the devil a little bit of caramarella.
Confusion.
Just to bring confusion in his camp that, Talk with Joan Thursday became Talk with Joan Friday. So yes, today we actually just want to concentrate because you know that next month, the month of August is Women's Month. And so we actually just want to, because we always do conferences, we just want to actually bring you in the loop for what is happening at Crystal Church. So this is a very exciting time for us. Yes. And I have the lady herself in the house who's actually hosting the conference. And then I have one of our speakers with me who's actually going to be a speaker on the Thursday, I think, but you will, you will. So we're actually talking about why she moves, because Only Conference themed this year is She Moves, and what a relevant a topic, because we are so stagnant and we are sometimes so bombarded with a lot of things. Our minds are filled with so many things. But today we want to say, hey, to hell with the devil, man. We are moving as a woman, as a man, as a daughter, as a son. We are moving to higher heights because we know that the God whom we serve is a faithful Father who will take us through every circumstance. So I don't know about you, but if you are online, I would really love you to actually just join us and then talk to us, and I will read it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Just ask the question online and we will answer all your questions. So, yay, man. I want the guests in the studio with me just to greet you guys, because you know them by now, right? But if you don't know them, especially it's a different platform also today, because we are on different platforms this morning. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube. So yay, man, I am so excited to know that the Lord is for us, and who the hell can be against us? So we are taking this thing by storm. We know that we are resilient woman, man, who wants to do something for the Lord. And so, yes, I would love, first and foremost, the host of Only Conference, just to introduce herself, and then also if you can just say hi to the people out there.
That's right. Hi to the people out there. I'm Anke Hendricks, for those of you who don't know me. And yes, as Ma, who is my co-host, Pastor Joan here, is my co-host for the Remarkable Women Conference this year. And I am the HOD for this department. As well as I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm a working woman, and we've got our side hustle, a business owner as well. That's just a little bit about me, but we're so excited to spend the time with you, and we hope you get some valuable information here today.
Yes, man. And then you have the vibrant lady in the house. And if she's in the house, I know that things will happen, right?
Yes.
So,
yes. You bring your own energy in the house. Let me tell you, viewers out there, you need to be energetic because we're going to move. So I'm Sonia Forster, not Forrester. I'm still going there. But I'm Sonia Forster. I'm so honored and so excited to be part of this move at Remarkable Women's Conference. Own it, because we're going to own our moves going forward. We've been for too long been in lockdown, but we're going to be unlocked and we're going to be moving. Okay, so I am also a professional life coach, Rewire coaching consulting, and I'm also doing partnership coaching with Joan Hendricks. I'm telling you, when you are in the room with the two of us, you don't come out the same as you went in. So I'm excited today to be here on the show and just to give you some fresh Friday faith moves.
Yes, man. It's Friday. Yay, man. It's a fabulous Friday for me. Yay. So we are moving, right? And so now you know that in 1956, there was a march that was done by resilient women who was fed up for what is happening in South Africa. And I know it's not like a National Women's Day, but for South Africans, for us as women of South Africa, we are taking this torch forward, and so now we're not stagnant. No, we are actually moving with these women up till today, coming against the injustices in our country.
Absolutely.
And therefore we are still standing. And so you know that on the 9th of August in South Africa, it's a public holiday. And these were 20,000 women who marched to the Union buildings on the 9th of August in 1956 in protest against the past laws. So this is why we have Women's Day. So what we are doing right now, it's actually a Women's Month. So instead of having it a day, we have a Women's Month. So August is Women's Month, and we are on the move. Women of God on the move. Amen. So don't you delay. We are with you in spirit. So come on now, let us hear from these ladies. So why we, Crystal Church have the annual conference this time of the year.
Yeah.
Always, the 9th is always included. So I want to know what is the significance that we have it always, included. Why do we include the 9th of August in the conference?
In the conference, I had to come, when I came to South Africa, we didn't have 9th of August. I didn't understand the concept. So I had to come learn. I had to come see the background. I had to do a bit of research before coming here today. So
Anka is actually from Namibia, right?
Yes.
If you don't know it, now you know.
Just a bit of backstory there.
But she's now South African because she's married in South Africa.
I'm legally South African. Well, technically South African by birth because Namibia and South Africa was one.
That was one.
But despite the fact that we share similar histories and our histories were combined at some stage, we still don't have, or Namibia still does not have 9th of August. So I had to come and learn the history here, and the significance of having that conference, because these women on that day in 1965, 56. Sorry, I had my numbers go the other way around. They marched, and it was all women in solidarity to the Union buildings. And they changed a lot that day. They had to move. They literally marched. They literally moved towards the Union buildings that day. But that's just a little bit on a play on our on our theme this year. But the significance is because women stood up on that day. It signifies that specific day. It's like it's a pillar, a milestone that was reached, and that's why on that day for women to come together, and lives can be changed, and things can be changed in the spiritual world. That is the significance for having that day included. We still obviously have more days to it, but the significance of having it on the 9th. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's very important for you to know. So that's why we always include the 9th of August in our conferences. We are doing this since 1994. We started off with conferences such as, it was first Remarkable Women's Conference, but now it changed because it's a new face, it's a new look, it's a younger look, which I really honestly love. So I gave the baton over, and it's so nice to see, how it is evolving.
That's right.
On a yearly basis, I see how it's evolving, and I know that the Lord is with us in all of this, because we are empowering women on at the specific conference. So yes, this is what we are actually all about. So I don't know whether you want to say something on.
I just want to add on what Anka have said, literally on the 1956. When I had a look at it, I was like, these women didn't just walk and move for themselves. They move for their families. They move on behalf of their husbands. They move on behalf of the communities.
Right.
And I want to urge women, when we step into the 9th of August specifically, I don't know where you're going to be, but I would like to invite you to She Moves, so that when you step into the room, we're going to move as one voice. We're going to move as one spirit. We're going to move in the spiritual realm. And the Bible said, if one can put 1,000, what about 10,000? And I know the auditorium don't take 10,000. We can have an overflow. But I'm telling you, if we come in here by numbers and we move in the spirit, let me tell you guys, there's going to be a move in the spiritual realm. I'm telling you, things is going to shake in the spiritual realm, because there's too many mothers. Today we don't march maybe to the union for other rights, but we march in the spirit for our children, our young people, and which is on substance, our families. That's not unity and family structures. And therefore, if we're going to move on the 9th of August, it's going to be a different move.
Absolutely so.
I just wanted to add on to that. Is that the significance of that day was it was a number of women,
Absolutely.
20,000 women,
and the pictures show the masses that were there.
Yes.
One of the women could have gone alone. Rahima Musa could have gone alone. But
Absolutely.
the significance, it wouldn't have made that change. But when women come together, they draw strength from each other.
Right.
And when they unite, things change.
Absolutely.
When they pray together, things change in the spiritual realm. So that's the significance of us actually going and meeting in one space as women together and connecting with one another.
That's right.
Absolutely so. So now you know there's fire in the studio this morning. So we want to know when is the conference, how many days, and also if you can just bring us a little bit in the loop, Anka, just tell us a little bit about the conference. What do we expect on that specific day?
Okay, I'm going to just give you guys a bit of a highlight, because I don't want to give away everything. There must be something in our bag, you know. So, a little bit of a showstopper or a surprise for the day. But we start on the 9th, the morning of the 9th. Registration opens at 8:15, and then we will start strictly at 9 o'clock. We will then host it during the day on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we will have it in the evening for 6:30 for 7. So registration opens 6:30, 7 o'clock we start strictly. As well as on the Friday evening is 6:30 for 7. On the Wednesday, we'll have it's going to be a really packed day. We've got coaching happening.
Yes.
Lady S is going to kind of woo us there with our coaching and get us moving in the certain areas that we seem to be stuck in, and evaluate where are we now and how do we get to the next level.
Yeah, because it's the middle of the year. So
and
you have to know, did you accomplish your dreams? Did you accomplish your goals?
That's right.
And that is what it is all about.
And a lot of the times we get lethargic this time of the year because we've pumped all the energy in the first quarter of the year. So that's a good refresher that we have there. Then we have the speakers, which myself will be speaking, and we have a very dynamic speaker as well.
Yes.
Pastor Sherry and James, who will also be bringing the word. But we've got a bit of empowerment sessions as well. When it comes to the physical side, we have a special guest who will be speaking about self-defense in the current day in South Africa that we live in. We need a bit about that, and she's got these cute gadgets going on, as well as on the day we will have the workshops going. We'll have stalls available, and there will be a nice atmosphere of just chilling together with your ladies. Us ladies, we like to go out.
Yes.
This is an event to go out and just spend time with each other, as well as having an encounter. This is an all-in-one day packed together. We'll have an encounter, we'll have a chill session, and we have a bit of a breakaway from the kids, because we'll have the kids department will also be open on the day, so you can check in your kids and you don't have to worry. There's in a safe space, and you can just enjoy the conference. Moving along on the Thursday evening, we have the dynamic, the very sassy, the vibrant, energetic.
Come on now,
Lady Sonia Foster. We'll have there, and she'll be throwing it down on the Thursday. We will then also have guest artists. We'll have guest artists who will be performing throughout the conference, and then on the Friday we will have the showstopper, which is the fashion show. We have prominent fashion houses who will be showcasing their clothes. We've got Urban Zulu who will be coming in, as well as other fashion houses. And then we will also have Ray Mavari who will be singing for us, and we'll have other artists who will be there and hosting it with us for the evening. And it will just be a nice soiree for everybody. We'll come out, have a Fashion Week vibe.
Yeah, because with the Friday evening, that's the fashion evening.
Yes.
So if you can come out a little bit fashionable, I think, just a touch on yourself, right?
That's right.
And
Yes.
then also, I think it's a more chilled evening, right?
Yes, it's a more chilled evening, but the purpose of this is, a lot of people ask, why fashion show?
Yes.
Why church and fashion
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
The purpose of this is, a lot of us, I know that there's a saying that goes around, let's fix each other's crowns.
That's right.
It's not so much about fixing each other's crowns, it's about showing each other we each have our own crown,
Yes.
and we need
Absolutely.
to wear it with
Yes.
grace, we need to wear it
Yes.
with confidence.
Absolutely.
So it's about us as women and digging deeper and seeing, where's our confidence. I do have it too. I have it within me to also
Yes.
stand up in front of everybody. I have it within me to break through and move and do what I need to do. So it's more confidence builder for us as women.
right.
So when it comes to the fashion show, it's not a pageant. We don't have a specific shape or specific length. This is welcome for everybody. And it's to show you that I can do it. I have to own
That's
my
right.
beauty. I have to own my
Absolutely.
confidence. That's what the fashion show is all about.
Okay, so now Lady S has been with us for quite a while. She comes to the conferences I don't know since when. But now I would like to ask the question then. You were attending the conference,
Yes.
and how did you find it?
Wow.
Because you're no longer an attendee only.
Yes.
You are now a speaker.
Yes.
So you are promoted.
Yes. Yes, I have moved, I have moved.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
I have been
you
promoted.
moved, you
Yes,
moved.
I have moved. I've moved myself in. Okay, yes, Joan, as you rightfully said that, I was trying to remember last night from which year did I've started to attend then Remarkable Conference and then Own It Conference, and myself and my husband also, because we have attended the church conferences, we have attended
Under African
Sky, we have attended the recordings of the CD recordings,
Yeah.
that Afrikaans
Kom van
koortjie.
ver
Ons
af.
kom van ver af. So ek wil net sê die mense moet net dink ek is Joan se vriendin en sê ek kom van ver af.
You
Kyk,
you know
ek
what?
was in die lounge daai jare nie, maar ek was in die building.
Yes,
Verstaan jy?
yes.
So let me tell you, I make a rough estimation last night. I even asked my sister as well, because she came to us 1997, and then it is 97 years, and then she also. So I didn't have Miles yet. Miles was born 1999, but then I came, and then I have a gap, I think a year and a half, because of raising my child, and I think approximately 21 years. I can say
Just
that I follow
right.
Crystal and a Remarkable Woman Conference, and I went to the conference. I was always looking at, when I'm at the conferences, what triggered me was always the excellence.
Yeah.
It was like the hospitality. It was like the friendliness. And over these years, Joan, I can tell you, it didn't deteriorate. What you say?
Deteriorate.
Deteriorate. The English have left me. I came from class, guys. Don't. I mean, I was speaking English
English is
out.
opgebruik.
From 6:30 this morning, I was speaking English. So yes, it is still the same.
Yes.
Nothing has changed, the consistency for me. It was really amazing about these conferences. And like I said, the friendliness, hospitality, the word, the impact of the word, because I think in 2007 we started the ministry, and I took some stuff here. I take stuff from Crystal and from Remarkable Woman, and I've implemented in conferences I held in Randfontein. I'm telling you, I've learned so much, and I could say to the ladies, let's go, because we go for twofold. We go to grow spiritually, personally, and we also grow to implement the excellencies, because
Yes.
and that is what it
Yeah,
is,
that's true.
It's not a competition, but you want to really envy the excellency of the kingdom.
Yes,
How
that's
we need to
right.
portray ourselves for the kingdom,
Right.
and that stood out for me, Joan, up until this day. I see Remarkable Women Conference as over these years, as TD Jakes had his Women Thou Art Loose, I have seen remarkable conferences like that. I didn't want to miss it. I've always marked it and I want to be there. And now that I'm friends with Joan and God have bring us together and connected us as a stronger, that actually urged me more to impart, to be part, to move with, so that we can leave a legacy, man, of togetherness as women that can know who they are in Christ.
Yes.
So that is what's really all about for me today, and what is the conference meant to me over these years.
Excellent. Yes. So you were here, you heard Gina Stewart, you heard Lindy McCauley, Paul Coupe, Dr. Joyce Thomas. There were so many. What was the singer's name, that the lady that was also here? She had a very nice name, but what is the pastor's? I forgot. But yeah, we actually imported them also from the United States, and we had our local speakers too.
Absolutely.
But this year we're going local as lekker.
Local lekker.
Yeah.
Johnny, can I just fall in there
lekker.
by you when you speak about international, and that came to me last night. I was like, oh my God. Crystal, before I even traveled international 2010, my first international trip, I've realized that we were so privileged that we didn't have to travel international. But Crystal, they actually just brought the people here by us. And that to me was amazing, And I will always salute the leadership of Crystal for that. To say, you know what, we're not going to be selfish. Whatever we get, we're going to sow into the lives of the people and let the people have this growth. Let the people have this exposure.
Yeah.
And that to me was amazing.
Yeah, we had all of them throughout the years.
Absolutely.
And it's so nice to see it, still carrying on and evolving.
That's
what I'm saying. And to be quite honest, when the Lord birthed this thing in my spirit, I can still remember we were in a tent, and that didn't made me feel like I can't do it. I just went for it. We started off in the tent because the church was birthed in the tent. We had a land, and on the land we got a tent, and we actually. But you would, if you were in the tent, you would have never said that you are in a tent. The way we made it look, we had the pallets in and stuff like that. Last night I was telling my husband, I can still remember my sister, who is now late, both of them actually, but how they used to, and Yvette, she's also late, how they used to have the tables at the back, of the tent, because there was no kitchens and stuff like that, and how they used to make breakfast, for the people at the back of the tent with on gas stoves, but we didn't think that this is extraordinary. This is something that is out of reach. You know what I'm saying? We actually made it work.
Yes.
We had the decor up like it was, this is a building. You know what I'm saying? And that's how God graciously, and I must just say, those years I had a team. This team was excellent. They were very good. The other day I got a photo of all of them. We're all standing, taking a pic, and I didn't know but I actually took it from one of the videos that Doc was busy watching. And the memories raced through my mind. It was like, wow, God, you've blessed me with good women. These women put their monies where their mouths were, to be quite honest with you. And that made the conference such a great success.
Awesome.
Because sometimes you're in a team, you know what I'm saying, and you think that the church needs to do everything. But there's not always the money. The resources are sometimes it is limited. You know what I'm saying, and that is why it is important, if your passion, if you want want to see other women come into the kingdom of God, if you want to empower other women, if you speak about other women and fixing our crowns and as Anka said earlier, and empowering and stuff like that, and you want to see young girls look up to the older women, because Timothy says, let the older teach the younger, and that is my desire. That is what I want to see.
Absolutely.
And that's the kind of thing that we are doing, and that's why I appreciate this woman. I appreciated them so much because they really gave
Of themselves.
because they were in corporate beautiful jobs, and they gave. The women like Eleanor Samsudeen, Beverly Williams, there was on my team, Sarita Jakes, there was, what is the girl's name? Guys, Althea Kenloff, people like that who was on the team. This was an A-team, guys, I must be honest with you. But now, the younger generation, we are training you to take the baton, right? Yeah. As Anka's taken the baton. And we want to see this thing going on and evolving, because I can't always do it. But with you, we are stronger, because the one carries on the legacy to the other. Yes. And I like that. So today I want to ask the question, Anka, we have a line of speakers, right? If you can tell us a little bit, I know Sherry Ann, and I know she's online, she's watching at the moment. So I wanna ask you, if you can just tell us a little bit, why did we choose these ladies? Because they have different. Lady S is a different type of speaker. I actually asked Anka, because Anka always wants me to speak, and I said to her, no, this year Joan is out. Anka needs to go and start leading, girlfriend.
And you know what the funny part about that one was? That I'm usually the one doing the program, so I get to say, you do the tithe talk and you do it. So I'm like, this one's gonna do that and you're gonna speak here. And she's like, what? No. And she, it was like cold water, like the realization, like you need to. And I think this is why it's so important, Ma, just to backtrack just a little bit before I go on there, the importance of the younger generation and my generation to come to this conference. What is the importance? Me and Ma had a conversation not so long ago, and it's so important to note that we need to learn. I need to learn at Ma's feet. And if it wasn't for Ma, I wouldn't have been able to cope up until this point. I would have imploded along, because it's this baton is heavy. this mantle is a bit swaar. It's big shoes to fill. But Ma didn't say jump in and swim. She said jump in, I'll teach you how to swim.
Absolutely.
And that's the importance. We can only do that if we attend these conferences. If we come here, because all ladies of different ages are there, and we can learn from them. And I think that's also the significance of our speakers and the age range we're looking at our speakers.
Yes.
And what's nice about it, it's local speakers, which means me as a person just sitting at home, locally, I am also capable of doing something. Yes. I can also come to the forefront. Because I think the notion is that we must always go overseas, we must always go get other people. But we have profound speakers right
absolutely
here.
So.
People whom God is using for that move.
Yes.
That's right.
And
it's our time.
Yeah. It's our time. I think for myself, I'm in the Moses period where I'm the wild card. I'm like, Lord, but I can't do this, and I start and God surprises me all the time, because I was like, no, it will happen, but time, I'm still here, time, But what I'm saying is it's your moment now.
That's right.
For you, for the lady that's just coming, it's your moment. For whatever it is in your life, that is your moment. A lot of the times you say, but the conditions must be right. I must first do this, and I must first sort this. No, God is sorting that out. He's telling you, come as you are, so that I can sort it out. That's what God is telling us. And that is for all ages.
That's
you know, and I think we all come from different walks of life. There's Lady S, you come from a different walk of life. I come from a completely different country, and me adjusting to South Africa, me adjusting to married life, and
to a fast pace of life.
Fast pace of life. And really, and when I go back to Namibia, I'm like, why are you guys so slow? I need to move. about that. And then also, I think that women go through so much.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've come out of a period, and we still technically. I spoke to my mother this morning, and the amount of deaths happening in Namibia right now. Women are losing husbands.
Wow.
Children are losing fathers.
Wow.
I mean, in general, women are also dying. But what I'm saying is that we live with immense loss.
Yes, absolutely
and especially if you're a mother and you have children,
That's
you
right.
have to pace it. You have to,
Yes.
because I'll never forget when I came back from Namibia and I broke down and I sat on the bed and my 5-year-old, she had a conversation with Xavier, my husband, and she asked, why is mommy always crying? And I realized, hey, you moet yourself regrakkel,
Yeah.
because your child's going to think this is okay.
Yeah.
Your child is going to think
Yes.
this is how life should be. You
Yes.
moet yourself but where do you find the strength?
Yes.
Where do I
Right.
go to
Yes,
find that
yes.
strength?
Right.
So, women are going through these things and they don't know where to draw from.
Absolutely
They don't
so.
know where they can unpack,
Yes,
because
right.
some of us are closed books. Some of us don't want to speak.
Yes,
I don't want other people in my
that's
business.
true.
whatever.
That's very
That's right.
true.
But when we come to these gatherings, we find, but I'm not the only one.
Yes.
There's other people going through, they have children going through difficulties. They have marriages going through difficulties. They're going through loss. They're going through job difficulties. There's just so much. People lost businesses during this time.
That's right.
But I think that's what we wanted to encapsulate with the whole conference. It's got everything. There's networking opportunities. There's business opportunities that we can venture into. And also just that spiritual
Nurturing,
refill.
yeah.
Yes. Because we need
That's
that.
right.
A lot of the times we think, I go to church, but we go to church, but do we exercise? Do
That's
we
right.
really listen? Do
That's
we really learn?
right.
But now we have someone, because that's why we've got a coaching session built into it. Now you need to work it.
That's right.
You need to, as much as we eat the spiritual food, we need to exercise for it to
Exercises.
become muscle.
That's right.
Anders gaan ons net vet raak.
Yes,
Spiritually
exactly.
vet raak.
And it's so vital. It's
So
very
vital,
important
what you
because,
say.
it's at conferences like these that we're trying to cater for all walks of life, for every woman. So we have guys that's actually going to, they always here. We can't do without them.
Yeah.
That is why it makes teams, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to help us, you know what I'm saying? So I actually want to emphasize on that we have, we have Sherry Ann James, who's also going to be one of the speakers,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. She's
So-
also going to be one of the speakers, and she herself is a very dynamic speaker.
Very.
We'll be speaking also
Yes.
to a certain crowd, like each one of us.
Absolutely.
And I think, and anybody can learn from any. I think I'm the youngest. I'm the much younger. So no pressure, right? But we learn from everyone, and we learn from everyone's walks of life. But she herself is a very dynamic speaker.
Absolutely.
Right, and that is what we have in line for you. So, Lady is now that you are no longer just attending, but
Yeah.
you are promoted to a speaker.
Yes, I'm on
how does
another
that
level.
How does that make you feel?
I've leveled up. My moves have leveled up. Okay, yes, I remember, this is not my first time that I really speak at the conference.
Yeah.
I remember I had three or four times. But this for me is so significant. You know why? It speaks of myself.
Right.
How I found it, difficult sometimes to move.
Right.
And I had to push myself to the limits and say, you got to move.
Yeah.
You confess, you say, great is he that's in you, there's one in the world, but
Yeah.
you're more looking to what's happening around you and not what's inside of
That's
you.
correct, yes.
And after I've listened to that internal voice within me, I made that conscious decision. So I'm extremely excited for God to allow me, for Anka and Joan and the host of Own It Conference, for really have, appointed, like I said, decided on me as a speaker. I don't take it lightly. I was extremely nervous when I got the invitation. And Joan was like, it's okay to be nervous because it's bigger than you. The God inside of us. And you're going to speak to a woman that comes from different backgrounds. And I'm aware of that. And that makes me understand that I'm not taking this opportunity for granted. I'm telling you, when you're going to come into the room with me on the 9, the 10, and 11, we're going to be together. But I thank God for my opportunity that I would invite you. We're in load shedding now. Bring your power and we load shed the kingdom of darkness.
Yeah.
We shut it down. Yes. We're going to shut down the kingdom of darkness, and we're going to move with fire out of it. We're going to move with our light out of it. And that is what I would say is going to be my assignment.
Yes.
You know, to come into the room and to ask God whatever He's preparing with inside of me, and He's going to speak through me to touch women down there.
Right.
And so that they will be able to have the same moving power and say the God in us is bigger and is greater than what's happening around us.
Yes.
And that women will know that they will not be defined
Yes.
for who they are right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Because where you are right now is temporary.
Yes.
You know, it can never, you know, I've grown up, I've been born and I grew up in the Zozo. But today I'm not in the Zozo.
Yes.
You will not remain
moved
there.
out
You
of the
move
Zozo.
out of the Zozo. And that I always say to people when we are in a mall, I'm like, nobody know when you walk into Mr. Price. You have come out,
Absolutely.
you actually have to go Uber to be here. You actually took a Mini Cooper. You took a
taxi.
Mercedes. Nobody knows it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why would we walk around and, you know, degrade ourselves?
Yes.
So I want to tell women, you know, we're going to move in the next level of upgrading ourselves.
Absolutely
Level
so.
up ourselves. If
Yes.
God could level me up, and
Come on, girl.
I mean, God can do it for
So you
anybody
know the
else.
girl is on fire.
Fire. We're
Right.
fasting, we're praying, we don't take it for
Yes.
granted. We are working in the spirit for this that God is going to do on the 9th and the 10th.
And the
we're going to
11th
have
of
11.
August.
Because even in a fashion show, God can help a woman there to build, to gain their confidence back.
And
Just
that
by
is- that's
walking
the
on
reason
that. And
why
I
we have
remember,
it.
Joni, when you start the fashion show the first time, I was like,
Well,
oh.
it wasn't called fashion shows
Yes.
though, but we actually had models.
Yes.
We actually trained the girls to be models, and that was actually what the Lord has given me. You know, because there's many of the women who are grown, you know, but always wanted to take the ramp.
Absolutely.
Who always wanted to actually get that, you know, but they never had the opportunity
That's right.
to do it. And then you
right.
find women who lost their self-esteem
Absolutely.
through life's challenges, through the things that happened to them. So their confidence are no longer on the same level that it was before. So while they were young, they wanted to do
Yes.
modeling, but they could never. And now that they're old and life actually challenged them and they went through certain things in life, that's what the Holy Spirit gave to me. So to correct it out there in the atmosphere, it is not that the women are walking around naked
Yes.
and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes,
No.
yes.
What the Lord said to me is, get their confidence back.
Yes.
That's right.
Get their self-esteem back. You know what happens to a woman who actually goes through a divorce? You know what's going through on with a woman who actually had a disappointment.
That's right.
You know what is in the mind of a woman who was sexually
Growing up
molested,
left, yes.
who feels violated,
That's
who
right.
feels that this hurt and this pain she cannot shake off. This is for that woman.
Yes.
And this conference is for women like that. Women who don't know who they are. Women who hulle het nog nie gearrive nie, man.
Ja.
Hulle het nog nie gearrive nie.
Ja.
Hulle het nog daai om te sê dat man, laat die Here vir my 'n ding doen. Laat die Here vir my maar deurkom. So that is the kind of woman that we are. Woman who feels that they destitute. Women like Lady S, who was in a Zozo before, and now is in a big house.
Yes.
Girls,
Yes.
ladies,
That's how God can move.
this is what God can do. If you can tap into that anointing,
That's right.
I promise you, your life will never be the
Never be
same
the same.
again. I went through stuff. You went through stuff. These ladies in the studio went through stuff. So all we are saying is, when you take the ramp, it looks easy. It's not that easy. You've gained weight over the years because you gave birth to children. And now your body don't feel the same as it used to feel.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And especially now in winter, right? They say summer bodies are made in winter when you jump. Ek weet nie graag van die because I am a chip girl in winter. So I know that sometimes you don't feel so confident within the body that you are living in.
That's right.
Yay, man. That's the type of girl that we want to put on the ramp.
That's right.
So that you can actually gain your confidence
That's
back.
right.
I was speaking to one lady who actually did it last year when that was a fashion show, and Bianca just called them out to take the ramp. She said it felt like, laat die aarde sak. Because it is like, these are a lot of people here,
Yes.
you know. It looks easy. But if you don't have the confidence any longer and things happen to you, come I tell you, it's not that easy. So I want to encourage you. This is why we have, it's now fashion shows. We had Miss Crystal, we had a Mrs. Crystal, and we had Miss, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, anyway, these were the ladies who were not
Miss
that
Conqueror.
Miss
Yes,
Conqueror,
Miss
Miss Conqueror. Thank you, Anka. I knew it's a C, but I didn't. I couldn't get to it. But Miss Conqueror. So the Miss Conqueror was actually the woman who went through a divorce, not married, single, but have children. She also took the ramp.
That's right.
And you know what came out of that? Come I tell you for the critics out there who say that we what is fashion shows and what is this Miss and Mrs. Crystal thing in the church. Come I tell you, if the world does it, we can do it better. If the world does it, we can do it better.
Johnny, just to add on the Pastor Neil's daughter, can't remember her name.
I just wanted to say that.
She walked the ramp for Mrs. South Africa, and she
didn't
start?
want it to. She didn't want it to.
And where did she start?
She started here in church. She
that's right.
took the ramp. I gave her a dress.
Absolutely.
I said, please come on.
Yes.
She went to go model for Miss South Africa.
Absolutely.
Which was a national platform.
It was a national, and she was in the top 10.
Yep.
So, guys, come on now, man. I
Opportunity
believe
starts
it starts in the church.
Absolutely.
Believe you me, you can go talk to the Mrs. South Africas. It started somewhere, right? So I want to say this platform is for women who really wants to do it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And also there's another person, if I take Jabs, Jabulile, she didn't want it to.
Yeah.
She was very for herself, a very introvert
Yes.
type of person. And I spoke to her and she said, no way, I will never be able to do it. And I spoke and I had her in my office. I had her at every Sunday. I used to say, you're going to do it. You're going to see. You're going to... Come I tell you the change.
Yes.
It's a pity I cannot get her here, but I'm going to get her. If she's available next week, I'm going to get her on the show just to explain to you what happened to her.
That's right.
And there are many others. There are many others. So that's the thing.
I just want to highlight something, and I know the notion with pageants is that ladies bigger and ladies do all of that, and the whole idea for us here is that it's done in love, that people understand
That's right.
that
It's not
my
the
beauty
body.
is different
That's right.
from someone else's, but I'm
Yes.
still beautiful and I can still do it.
Absolutely.
There's no standard of
Absolutely
because the
so.
secular standard has one standard where you have to be a certain size, you have to be a certain length, you have to
That's
have
right.
certain hair, certain this. That's not what it is. God made you fearfully and wonderfully in His
Absolutely.
image, and that is who we're celebrating.
Absolutely.
The person who God has made you to be, that beauty that you were born with. That's what we're after.
Yeah, that is exactly it. It's not that slender, tall, beautiful girl. It's different types because we are different shapes, right? And different shapes makes a beautiful world.
Yeah.
So some men loves the
The handcuffs.
The handcuffs, they really like the glitches and the
Those things.
Yeah, those things. So come, I tell you, you are the best in your own body.
Yep.
Never let anybody define for you that if you are not slender and tall, you are nobody.
That's right.
No, you are here for a purpose. Just live that purpose. That's all I am saying. So, Lady S, you are a speaker this year.
Yes.
Don't you want to just bring the fire a little bit and say, what is your expectation for this conference?
Yes, as I said previously, my expectation for the conference is for us as women to come together in the room and to break chains and to break stigma over us and to break complacency, you know, to let go of, you know, of like you said, low self-esteem. And my expectation is for women to come together and to take hands together and say, I know you are already moving, but let me bring you with me so that we can move together.
Yes.
It's about togetherness, you know,
Right.
because I believe sometimes I wouldn't been here if there was not a sisterhood, if there was not a people in my life that have said, sis, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, up until today, Joan will always say to me, sis, I believe in you. You
Yes,
know, I was
and
like,
I
oh,
really
Joan,
do.
don't do that. And she's like, sis, I know you have the ability. But I want ladies to know the expectation will be here that we will say to you, sis, you're going to move out of it. It doesn't matter how
Absolutely
long
so.
you have been in it, but you're going to move. I like the conference scripture that the woman with the issue of
Yes,
blood.
yes.
You know, that woman, she just made up her mind. And
Absolutely
this
so.
conference will inspire women to have a made up mind.
Yes.
You know, no matter how long have you been, no matter if you don't have even the finances, the resources, but this conference, Joni, the expectation of this conference is going to help women to pull them out of the situations where they find themselves in, of excuses,
Yes.
of shame,
Yes.
of blame, of pity, but we're going to, through the power of God,
Amen.
God's going to help us so that
Oh, yes.
the woman will receive what they came for to this conference.
Absolutely so.
Yeah. So I think it's very important when we speak about the fact that, you know, sometimes we say that we don't have the money for this and we don't have
That's
the money for
right.
that, but it's important for us to invest in our own lives.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's important because it's easy
Yes.
for us to say, oh, I'm going about retail therapy,
That's
I'm going
right.
to buy a pair of shoes, I'm going to buy this pair of shoes, they fade away, they break, you throw them away or you give them away.
Yes.
But
That's
when
right.
you make a lifetime investment like this,
Oh my
that brings you
God.
to the point to want to move.
Yes.
Because the reality of the matter is that we are all going through
That's
something,
right.
but I can sit and be a recluse at home because
Yes.
that's what the devil wants. He
That's
wants you
right.
to sit and not
Absolutely
work
so.
on that.
Yes.
And you'll sit there and guess what? You'll be stagnant. And what happens to stagnant
Absolutely.
water? It stinks. You
Yes.
gotta sit and
Absolutely.
stink.
That's
But
right.
if you move, if you have that in you to say, okay, fine, I've gone through this,
Yes.
but now what do I move? So this is an investment to
Yes.
show you and
Yes.
help you
That's right.
to move. Because believe you me, there's other women out there who are going through something similar
Similar.
to what you're going through.
It's
Very
so true
true.
what you say, Anka. I've said to another woman the other day, she was like, Lady S, I want to come to the conference, but I don't have transport. I said to her, you know what? We Uber then together. We not
We
going,
make it away.
you know,
And
myself
there's a lot
Jo-
of people
myself
actually
and Joan
Ubering.
attended the conference, Women That Would Lose in
Ooh,
2018.
yeah. And we
I-
didn't even have an
I
international
mean,
phone.
And I never have seen so many women that waiting for Uber.
Oh, the Ubers were in
I'm
queues.
telling you, we were standing queues and queues and queues for waiting for Ubers to come pick us up. So
South Africans still have to learn that,
I
right?
mean, guys, you don't have to come here with a Porsche car. We're not interested in that. The soul,
Yes.
the hunger that you have for the presence of God, Anka, the investment, what you're saying. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here today because I have sown and invest in conferences like that to be present, and that's for I can be here today, and I reap
Amen.
every day from it for what I have invested.
But ladies, what you've done is you've come from a different area,
That's
different
right.
side, and you've come here and you've learned here
Yes.
and you've grown here.
Yes.
But what have you done? Why did you do it? You took it back,
Yes.
so that you can invest in other people's
Exactly.
lives. And that's the thing. That's the thing when it comes to gifts and when we make investments in our own lives. It's not just for us, because if it was just for us, we would. That is a club. then life is
Absolutely.
finished
That's
now.
right.
But it's because it's for somebody else.
Absolutely.
So that we can be a blessing to somebody else.
That's right.
I mean, I came, my story is a little bit funny because I also came for our youth conference, for the youth conference.
But you came for something else.
I came to
And
stay.
the youth conference.
Thank you, God.
was-
Thank you,
and
Jesus.
it was the youth
Yeah. Fire right there.
Maar op my ernstig genoot, I came because I was a youth
She
lady.
received the love.
She
and the
received-
You
youth
see,
conference.
there's your blessing.
She received what she came from.
Yes. So you never know. You never
see, you
know
never
where
know what
the
the
blessing
blessing
lies.
is.
Please, brothers, come serve us so that the sisters can receive their blessing.
So yes, I was a youth leader where I was in Namibia, and I came here to get some some enlightenment and see and broaden my perspective of things. But despite the fact that I did stay, I did go back for a while and did go change a few things there. And
She stayed for extra days.
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did. And then I came, then I only got the visa to come back here. So where I was going with that is that it's not just for us. We say that why must we come to these?
That's
Why can't I
right.
just watch it online? No,
Yes.
there's something else that happens in the spirit
Yes.
when you're in the presence of other worshippers.
room.
In the room. It's different. I cannot
That's
explain
right.
it to you.
That's right.
And then when you get that investment, you have something that you can maybe help someone at work, that you can encourage someone, your neighbor.
That's
Because
right.
remember, we all are going through things. Even
That's
your
right.
friend, a family member.
Yes.
That's why it's important to be here
Yes.
and come. Bring other people.
Yes.
It's not for us we're doing this.
It's not for us. It's,
It's
for
not
the
for
kingdom
us.
of
No,
God.
it's not.
I
It's
remember
not
when
for
we
us.
have attended Remarkable in the African Skies in the CD releases. I remember those years I think we had 2 cars. We had the Avanza, we had another car. And Uncle, like you were saying now, we will said the people, we were still in the AFM church and we were like, gather the youth, we'll gather the women, we'll say, guys, we're going to the conference, don't have transport, don't you even worry, we're going to get you there. You invest in those people, you invest in yourself, and you bring along people, Joni. So I want to urge women, if you are out there and you feel in your spirit, you want to really help other women in your community and they can't maybe come here, just put yourself out there and say, you know what, I have transport available. Let's
Yes,
go to the
that's
conference.
correct, yes.
Let's have that cultivating
Yeah,
spirit.
make up combis, man.
and
Make
just
combis
come,
up,
and
yeah.
just come.
Because when we do things together, when we do things in number,
We are so
change
a
things.
force. Yeah, we are forced to be reckoned
Absolutely,
with.
absolutely.
So yes, that is the conference for you. We have a nice tight program for you on the specific 3 days. So Anka did actually elaborate on that. So on Wednesday, just to go again, Wednesday morning we are having registration at
8:15 registration
Right.
opens, and then we start strictly at 9. And then our program starts at 9. We also have a light lunch included in the price, with and a conference pack as well.
So what is the price?
So it's $350 for all 3 days. So what that includes is all 3 days plus a meal on the Friday, which is the fashion show, as well as a light meal on the Wednesday, a lunch meal.
bargain.
It is a bargain for 3 days. If you have to break that up, that's
100 rand
it's almost
a day.
100
you
rand.
go
And
to
you get,
other conferences and you still have to buy your food.
you have to buy your
Yes,
own food.
that's right.
And then we also have and then if you can only make it for 1 day, it's 200 rand per day.
Yeah.
But you'll still get your conference pack. So if you can only make it the 1 day, so please make the effort, invest, take the time out, because what are we gonna do? It's a day off. It's in the middle of the week. Are we just gonna be at home? Are we gonna clean the house? What are we gonna do? Come and make an investment and come spend time with other ladies. Come
Yes.
chill, take your shoes off
Yeah,
and come
make
relax.
new friends.
Make
Right.
new friends.
Yeah.
Come network.
Yes.
It's going to be
Yeah,
so.
that's very
Ladies, it's
important.
month end, ne? Skip Edgar's. They
Yeah.
will not phone you. Skip them and invest their 300 rand in the conference or even 200 rand. I promise you, we will rebuke that phone calls from Poshini. Because you want to be in the conference.
We'll pray for debt cancellation.
That's right. We pray for suddenly lines that's going to be disrupted, not to phone you.
By load shedding.
Yes, by load shedding. Because we need to shut down the devil in this place.
So yes, it's more feasible for you to actually come all 3 days, because it's only, it's like going to a prayer meeting on a Wednesday evening. So we will have church at Crystal Church. Crystal Church is number 7 Walton Street, and that is in Eriton, if you don't know. So you can just Google it. It's 7 Walton Street, right here in Eriton. So that is where we actually are. So
we will then also drop the link. If you would like to register, we will put that in the comments section.
That's
so
right.
that you can see where you can contact us. We'll have the
And
contact numbers
register,
and
yeah.
register. So don't lose time. Don't wait.
Yeah, walala wasa.
Do it now, because you're gonna miss out, and really we don't want to. And also the registration for the fashion show will close next week Wednesday for catering purposes.
Yeah.
So don't wait till the last minute.
Yes.
Don't do that. Do
that's
it
for
now.
the
You know it's
11th.
done. Yes,
that's for the 11th, ladies. So please take note. We are closing the registration for the 11th of August due to the fact that we are catering for that day. So we have to have numbers, in order for us to cater for the numbers. So that's why don't delay. Make it haste. What does the Bible say? What your hand find to do, do it hastily.
That's right.
There's no time to waste. Jesus is coming soon. And he's coming. You
That's
can see
right.
the signs.
Yeah,
It's on
right.
the horizon. You can read it.
That's
So
right.
don't sleep. It's time to move.
Right. Amen.
Move it, girl, move it. I have a poem that I just want to read for you. It is a beautiful poem that I was looking for all the time. This is the poem. It says, "She walks in beauty like the night." Hey man,
Ja.
ek sien haar loop daarso. And then she says, "Of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to the tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven's tress, or softly lightens over her face, where thoughts, serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Lady, you are beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. God took his time with you. Come, I tell you, there's no flaws with you. Don't let the enemy ever tell you that there's flaws in you. You have no flaws. You are flawless. What the devil tried, he had to kill you then. But while you are alive, come, I tell you, come and connect. Come and move with the woman who wants to move. If your friends don't want to move, then that is not friends. You move alone so that they can see what the Lord has done for you. So without any delay, come on the 9th of August. And I know many churches do have
Yes.
women's conferences on the 9th of August, as
right.
it is custom
Yeah.
in South Africa.
That's
But
right.
this, for Crystal ladies, this is compulsory for the Crystalites, as all other churches do. Their ladies go to their conferences. But for you Crystalites, please come back home.
Yes.
This is where you belong. It is at
Absolutely.
home. We need you. And I know God's going to do something
Yes.
beautiful
That's right.
with your life. He's not a man that he should lie. He's God Almighty.
That's
And he
right.
wants to take and change your circumstances around. So if you feel that you are down and out, I have a message for you today. Never fear. God is for you. Who can be against you? He
Amen.
fights your battles.
That's right.
So never give up.
That's right.
The Lord is for you. I'm going to ask for last remarks from our ladies, and then we're going to kiss you goodbye. All roads leads to Crystal Church. So don't delay. Come on, register.
Woo!
Come on now, register. We will put the link in the
Comment.
In the comments or in the description, we will have that.
in the description. So for the producers there, please, if you can put it in there, so you can. I know the thingy says to pay. So if you pay 200 Rand, if you can just put what day you're going to come, right? So that is what it is. So 7 o'clock, 6:30, registration for Thursday. We're starting at 7 the evening, right? And then Friday, 6:30. For 7, right? That's for the fashion show. So that is the times that you're going to register for. So yeah, we're going to have a lekker tyd.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Listen, ladies, I went and I checked out Tina Turner. Wrote a song called I'm Moving. So I was like, I look at the lyrics and I'm like, you know, the late Tina Turner was abused by her husband. She went through a lot. But that song lyrics speaks volumes and said she's moving. So all I want to say to you is let's move. The 9, the 10, the 11, let's move to Crystal Church. And I promise you, whatever that they've holding you back for too long, God is going to help you so that you can come out of it and move boldly and move with courage, move with strength, move with wisdom. I can't wait to see you there on all 3 days. Sisterhood, let's connect, let's fellowship, let's laugh, let's laughter, and let's paint our Facebook. I'm telling you, let's paint it from the 9 to the 11. Let's paint it with She Moves.
And yes, we forgot to say, there's a color scheme, but if you don't have the color, don't worry. You can
just
come
need
with
to be
you. Just bring yourself here. So our colors are nude.
Yeah.
It's nude. It's shades of nude.
Yes.
So it's the different kinds of browns, beige colors, whatever colors you'd like to. Even, earthy tones. But it's not a must for you to have it as long as you are there. We're so excited. We're really excited to connect with everybody and also to meet you. We would like to, just find out a little bit more about you and build a sisterhood with you. And we want to include you in that. I know each and every one of us likes to be a part of something. We would like you to be a part of whatever we are hosting here. So from my side, we're so excited to see you. And I can't wait to see you on the 9th.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. So yes, we came to the end of our show. We are so happy that you tuned in. Thank you so much. I don't know if are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook Live. Are there any comments there? I have comments on YouTube. Thank you so much. Simply Jaden, that says good morning. And then Alison Moulton, you're registered and paid already. Thank you so much for your love and your support towards us. You say good morning, beautiful ladies. Looking forward to a blessed time. Yay, we're looking forward together. She says there is just something about women from different denominations jointly coming together in worship. I fully agree with you. And then Candace Sammy says, I'm moving. Yay, girl, we're moving. Sherry Ann James says, hi, ladies. So looking forward to the conference. Can't wait to see y'all. So that is the ladies from YouTube that were signed in on the Inside Show. So thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. We're going to see you on the 9th of August, on the 10th evening of August, and on the 11th Fashion Show August. So yes, we love you. God loves you best. Go in the peace of the Lord. Mwah.
Bye.
As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside.